The Chancellor speaking earlier there. I'm now joined by Professor Andrew Ullmann. He is the health spokesperson for the opposition Free Democrats in the German Parliament. A very warm welcome, sir. Doctor, first of all, I want to ask you, the Chancellor, can the Chancellor, rather, count on you and your party to support her proposal of amending the law to introduce nationwide restrictions?
Well, first of all, our party is welcoming uniform rules that would account for every city, every country in Germany. However, the law that we saw is not appropriate, and we cannot actually approve this law. She probably will not receive the full support from our party. We had our meeting this afternoon, and it's not surprising that we actually will not agree with this law.
Why not?
We have the first reading this week. The possibilities of amendments are given. We're going to probably bring in some amendments to this law, and we still think that this law is inappropriate. Why do we think it's not appropriate? We're talking about a cutoff line of 100 per 100,000 inhabitants per week. First of all, this could be very variable from region to region, depending if a city is larger or smaller. This could happen very quickly. We also have to appreciate if there's a cluster outbreak or a diffuse outbreak. We also have no possibilities of opening from stores like a click and collect possibilities beyond the 100 threshold. And of course, the curfew. We do not understand the rationale behind the curfew between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. in the morning, since most of the contacts do not take place at nighttime. And this curfew didn't work in Bavaria before, for example, and North Rhine-Westphalia didn't have a curfew, and the numbers in Bavaria are a lot higher than North Rhine-Westphalia.
Right.
So those differences of best practice are not really considered.
Right.
The Chancellor says should be consequential, but I would like to see smart prevention measures.
Smart prevention measures, but this is, of course, the issue, isn't it, Professor? Because this whole patchwork of measures is just not working. The curve is just going up and up in this country, and it's a very worrying trend. Isn't it time to have one unified, strict lockdown across the nation?
This sounds a very easy proposition that you're talking about. But if you go out on the streets and you talk with the people, if you talk with your friends, with your relatives, they are exhausted. They have no perspective anymore. They are tired of another curfew. They're tired of not possibility going out. Mothers, fathers are tired with homeschooling, home office. The possibility of digitalization isn't working as it should. There's a big frustration in the population here in Germany. And I think putting us all into a lockdown situation, mostly like a repression, won't help. We need to work it out a different way. Of course, there's no question this pandemic is dangerous. This virus is dangerous. But what we have to face is the situation is to make it, as I said before that, to be smarter, protection. It's just keep your distance, wear your mask, do the testing on a regular basis, make sure that the vaccine is working and everybody gets the vaccine on a quick pace. These are the issues that have to be done, and not going into a curfew, for example, which doesn't work anyhow and probably will be taken away by any kind of lawsuits very quickly because the evidence is missing.
And just for accuracy's sake, it's not just curfews that she's proposing. But for now, thank you so very much, Professor Andrew Ullmann from the opposition FDP in the Parliamentary Health Committee as well. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.